Jey sneak attacked.
We have our women's Intercontinental finalists.
And Seth and Punk come face to face. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
Final Raw of the year, final Raw on the USA Network. And as Wade Barrett tells us about what's coming up, he's interrupted by the New Day. As they walk down the rampway, they're roundly booed. The booing continues as they get in the ring, and every time they try to talk, they're interrupted by yet more booing. The booing soon turns to cheers as Jey Uso heads out through the crowd. Eventually he gets in the ring and asks the crowd to remain quiet while Xavier Woods tries to talk. The crowd still boo. So Jey says New Day sucks, with Woods and Kofi then leaving the ring and heading up the rampway. Jey, now alone, calls out to Drew McIntyre, but Solo then appears on the Titantron and addresses Jey. Sikoa says that Ulafala is going nowhere. He will remain the tribal chief, and you will acknowledge me. As Jey's about to respond, he's attacked by McIntyre, who sneaks in the ring from behind. He gets the better of Jey with a Glasgow kiss and a Claymore, even after security had come out. New year, new subscribers.
Backstage, we see Kathy Kelly with American Made, and she asks Gable how he feels about facing Otis later. Gable responding by saying Otis is his final lesson tonight, and the master remains the master forever.
American Made then head out, followed by Alpha Academy, as we ready for Chad Gable versus Otis. Otis shrugged off Gable's attacks to begin with, knocking him down at every opportunity. Otis drops the elbow after the caterpillar and covers Gable, but one of American Made puts Gable's legs on the ropes, breaking the count. Otis leaves the ring dealing with both Creed brothers after they've beaten up Tozawa, with Maxine Dupree beating up Ivy Nile. Otis gets back in the ring and straight into an ankle lock. Otis escapes it and locks Gable into it, which Gable then escapes. German suplexes Otis and then heads upstairs, only to miss his move. Gable locks in the ankle lock again, and this time Otis finally gives in and taps out.
We then hear from Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan through the power of vignettes. One thing has come clear to Ripley, and that is this has to end. Morgan also saying this has to end. And quite frankly, I'll be glad when this does end. It was fun while it lasted, but boy, this feud has gone on for a while.
Oof. In the Judgement Day Den now, and Dirty Dom is wondering if Liv has something up her sleeve for Rhea next week. Finn Balor says he's sure Lady Liv knows exactly how to deal with Ripley, before telling Raquel Rodriguez to tell Liv he wishes her the best of luck for next Monday.
Next out, R-Truth, singing his way down to the ring for his match with Pete the Butch Dunne. Dunne attacks Truth while he's still on the rampway. Security break it up with this match null and void.
Backstage, Kathy Kelly speaks with Dakota Kai. Kai says she can't wait to knock Zoey Stark out of the tournament. Kelly then asks Io Sky about her match with Lyra Valkyria, to which Sky replies, it's not Lyra's night. Tonight belongs to Damage Control.
First semi-final of the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament. Zoey Stark versus Dakota Kai. Great start with both women getting in some offense, even fighting on the apron. Stark then sends Kai outside as we then head for our first advert. We come back and we find Stark in control, but not for long as Kai starts her own offense and then hits a rolling backcracker and Dakota kick. The follow-up cover only gets a 2. An exploder suplex and knee to the jaw of Kai gets Stark a 2 count. Kai then catches Stark with a kick to the face after Stark launched herself from the top rope, with Kai then Pele, or as I like to say, Pele, kicking Stark from a fireman's carry and covering her for the 1, 2, 3.
We then take a nostalgic look back at Raw from its inception to now and all the standout moments. Most of them, from what I could tell, was the Attitude Era. In my opinion, the best era.
Yeah. We then get confirmation that John Cena will be on Raw next week, which is no surprise really.
What? John Cena?
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it? We come back from the break too soon as we see the end of an interview with the New Day, which I don't think we were supposed to see, before we have our next match, the War Raiders and Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough of Judgement Day. Carlito is also at ringside. JD, the whipping boy as usual, with he and Balor ending up draped over the announcer's table as we head to a break. We come back to find Balor in trouble, but just escaping a corner attack by Ivar. Priest then enters the fray and takes out Dom. Dom counters the Razor's Edge, setting Priest up for the 619, but Priest counters the 619 with a sit-down chokeslam and then covers Dom for the win. After the match, the Judgement Day attack Priest's knee, but the War Raiders managed to scare them away.
Backstage, we see Jey Uso looking annoyed when he bumps into Adam Pearce. Pearce says he's escorted McIntyre out the building and then offers Drew one-on-one next week on Raw. Jey answers with a yeet. I can't see all these matches ending clearly, to be honest.
No, I think it's a bit too packed. Anyway, we hear from Ludwig Kaiser next, and he calls out Bron Breakker, but instead he gets Sheamus, who doesn't mess about, runs straight down to the ring, beats up Ludwig, and then boots him out the ring with a bro kick.
Nice. Backstage, we see Rey Mysterio giving Otis a pep talk, saying he'll beat Gable next time. New Day enter the frame. Rey tells them to go away. Woods asks, "You gonna jump us?" referring to the rest of the LWO behind Rey. Rey says no. A locker room leader wouldn't do that. With a match then set between the New Day and Rey and one other member of the LWO for some time in the future. But not next week, as the card is too full unless it runs for 3-4 hours.
Oh, easy. Last match of the night, Io Sky versus Lyra Valkyria in the second semi-final of the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament, this determining Dakota Kai's opponent in the final. Both women straight out the gate with quick offence and a couple of pin attempts by Valkyria. A shotgun drop kick, tornado DDT and suplex while still in hold from the tornado DDT by Lyra wasn't enough for the victory after her cover was kicked out of on 2. Sky then hits a moonsault to the outside, a Meteora back inside the ring and went to finish Lyra with an over the moonsault. It missed. Sky ended up getting Lyra in an attempted pin though, to which Lyra reversed into her own bridging type pin, got the 1-2-3 and picked up the victory. Valkyria will now face Kai in the final to determine who will become the first Women's Intercontinental Champion. Personally, I'd like to see Valkyria win.
I would out of them too as well, yeah. Seth heads out next to wrap up Raw ahead of his face-to-face with CM Punk. Seth says he'll be here every Monday because that's what he does. But if things don't go CM Punk's way, he'll cry about it or maybe even take another 10 years off. Punk then heads out and gets in the ring. No security, may I add, so they have a lot of faith in these two guys' self-restraint. Punk says they've both made their choices and he came back to make money. Seth fired back that Punk left to join the competition and they asked how that worked out for him. Punk claims that Seth is corporate. Seth says that Punk is a cancer to the locker room and the business and that he'll burn him to the ground. Raw, for the final time this year, goes off the air with the classic stare down of the two combatants about to go to war.
Kai Stark and Lyra Sky started great, those two women's matches, but they ran out of steam, I think. Both of them straight out of the traps.
Yeah.
But then it just didn't get messy, it just slowed.
Yeah.
It just fell off a cliff. But, you know, it is what it is. Just on that, as aforementioned, Lyra to win the final for me to become the champion.
I would like her to be champion as well, yeah.
She comes across as a far more accomplished wrestler to me. She's got a wider skill set. I mean, the transition from the tornado DDT into a suplex without breaking hold on Sky was fantastic. Not all of the women do that.
No.
You don't always see it. Gable does it.
Yeah.
A proper
just
wrestler.
from one to the other,
And he holds. He keeps them in the hold.
Yeah.
Goes into another move. Valkyria did it. It was seamless. It was fantastic. On next week's Raw, I can't see Ripley beating Morgan because if she does, surely Morgan will want to challenge her back for the belt. And then off we go again. We're just going round in a circle. So I think this is going to end with a W for Liv. And it's going to start a new feud. Maybe Ripley can focus on the Intercontinental title. I mean, why not?
Yeah. But, no, I think she'll get it off her.
What, Ripley will win? Yeah. What, and Morgan will just like, yeah, okay, you can have it.
No, it won't just be that, but it won't be, I don't think it'll be as much between them.
What, Morgan's just going to let it go?
Not just let it go, but...
I mean, as I say, I think Ripley will lose, and then she'll go to SmackDown, knock Chelsea Green out with a finger, and then become the United States champion. I mean, it's there, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
send her over, have a proper champion.
Yeah. And then what about Roman to lose to Solo?
No, I think we'll save that for Mania.
Yeah, good shout. That may be one of those ones that ends in a bit of a no contest.
They're not going to throw this match away on Raw.
They'll still have a good match.
Oh,
they want it to be obviously a good show.
Of course they do.
But yeah, because it sounds like
It's too big.
that would be the end.
Yeah.
Whoever wins, they're the
Then
championship,
that's it. So then the
But-
Bloodline 2.0 disbands.
So something that obviously got to happen is going to be some disruption in some way. Obviously, it's the bloodlines. Like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, something will happen. It'll be a no contest or Solo will win. Because then Reigns will go away,
Come back even
gather
harder.
his foot, and beat him, and then be a fan favourite, but then be a heel again
yeah,
or something. I can't see that finishing on Raw.
yeah. And we've also got Drew and Jey.
Yeah, again, I can't see Jey winning because then that finishes it, doesn't it?
Drew
Jey's
is
won.
making his way through everyone.
Exactly.
So he does really need to.
And he's done Sammy twice.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean,
so
he's-
he needs
yeah.
to. I mean, he's got Jimmy to go.
Oh, exactly. And then he
So-
might face Roman at Mania.
Oof.
Don't have
How
to
many
be-
Mania matches are Roman?
Oh, I'm already making mini matches. I mean,
He's having all of them.
I mean, he doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be a title match, does it? For Drew and
No,
Roman, it can already be made up.
just a grudge
It's
match.
just yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Which
yeah.
they've had many of them over the time.
And then obviously we've got Rollins and Punk.
Again, I can't see this finishing here because Seth's got too much anger against Punk.
They
So if
both
Punk-
seem to have too
So
much
if,
anger.
yeah, so if Punk got issues. So if Punk wins, Seth's just going to be like, okay, I'll walk away. If Seth wins, is Punk going to disappear for another 10 years, sulking? No, I don't think it'll finish here. I think it's just, hey, come on,
It
watch
might
Raw.
just, like, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Look,
There'll
this
be
is
a
what's
big
happening.
match, and then maybe it'll just simmer in the background for a bit, but it'll come again. Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely. Any comments or views you'd like to share, or if you agree or disagree with us, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. A happy new year to you all. Thank you for watching.
And hopefully we'll see you in the new year on Saturday for SmackDown.